And today we're going to be talking about the precision bass and the hardware, the amps, and actually playing exercises, and you will even get a chance to play with the band today. So I hope you enjoy the tape, hope you have a lot of fun, and let's get started. I'd like to take a moment to describe the parts of the electric bass, starting with this area here, what's referred to as the headstock. And on the headstock, we have the tuning pegs, the actual tuners, and getting to the neck area, we have the plastic, which is the nut. This is the actual neck. And inlaid in the neck, the metal pieces are what's referred to as the frets. And where you'll actually play on the neck is just behind the frets, the fretted. So like first fret, you're going to be actually playing in this area. Moving up on the neck, we have the body of the bass, and we have the pickups of the bass, which just pick up the vibrations of the strings when you attack them. That's what gives you your sound. We have what's called the bridge. And we have two controls on the bass. We have a volume control and a tone control. And I'll give you an example of the volume. Which is just like your knob on your stereo. The volume turns it up and down. And then I'll keep it up for a second. I'll show you the tone control. And you'll notice a subtle difference in the highs to lows. See, it got a lot lower there. And it'll go back to the higher end. And which are the strap holders, which hold the strap, which you can see. You also have two pegs that just fastens on. One is here on this part of the body, and the other one is on the back end of the bass. Now I'd like to take some time to describe the amp to you. Now Fender makes a wide variety of amps, different speaker configurations and different things that you can, different features and such. This particular amp that I'm playing through today, I'll describe the features of this amp. All the amps have your input jack, your 1/4-inch input jack, and this amp you have your volume control, you have a bass control, you have a mid control, a treble control, and a nice feature on this amp, you actually have a jack for a headphone. So those late night practices at your apartment, you won't disturb anyone, so you can play with your headphones. And then you have the actual on and off switch, the power switch. I'd like to give you examples of each of the knobs, and I'd like to start with, first of all, with the EQ, I'll just leave it what's called flat, just in the middle. And I'm going to start with the volume control, and you can hear how this works. Again, just like you're on your TV or your stereo, just turning up in volume. So I'll start it low, and we'll just move up a little bit at a time. Okay, so we'll start with the volume. Here we go. And back down. Okay, I'm going to put that back up to the middle position. And I'll give you an example of the bass knob. Same thing, it's going to go up in volume with the low end of the speaker of the instrument. So here we go. Back down. Okay, we'll put that back to the middle, and we'll give you an example of the mids. And this is a little bit of the bass control and the treble mixed. So here we go. We'll put that back up to the middle. And lastly, we'll do the treble. And this is going to be your high end of the amp. Here we go. And those are your controls. Okay, I'd like to show you some examples of how the tuning process works. First, you need to know the names of the strings. The lowest string, the closest to you, is the low E string, the E string. The next string over would be the A string. The adjacent string is the D string. And the highest string, or farthest away from you, would be the G string. Okay. For purposes of tuning also, one thing that works really good, you can use an open string, so going back to the E, but sometimes, just because of the low frequencies and the nature of the string, sometimes it's hard to register on the actual tuner. What works really good is using a harmonic. How you do a harmonic is, we will do a 12th fret harmonic on the E string. And how you do that is you're just going to touch the string over the actual fret,